Hey guys, and today is Tuesday, 8th November of 2022. I just drove from outside to pick up some food, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna do less exposure because I think that's good. Okay, the thing is, my car has something broken again. So I don't want you to think that E36 is always broken, but in reality it's always broken. And I fixed this. So if you open this, it doesn't budge. The door handle also been fixed, so it doesn't want to go off. But I did something very terrible, very stupid that I did to this car. I locked the, let's say I kind of glued the door trim to the door, and it's kind of hard to open it forcefully. I think is that word. And yeah, now my power window for the driver's seat doesn't want to on. But if you can hear it, there's a click from the switch, and the click near you as you are standing right now is in the near the dashboard or the glove box. So there's a power window module, central lock module. I think there's another module, the alarm module is down there. And if I press the button, there's a click. So that means two things. The connection is there, but the relay doesn't want to send the power to the motor. That's one. Or the motor itself, it's broken and I can't open it anymore if I try to. It's happened quite some times ago, and actually after 2 or 3 days it actually opens again. But maybe for now it doesn't want to on because I leave it overnight and it doesn't want to open anymore. But rear, another rear, front, left. No, shit. I opened it. I shouldn't open it, but it's open. And yeah, my driver's side doesn't want to on. And I should do two things. First is check the fuse relay down there near the dashboard, or check the fuse box. There's supposed to be two fuses that connects to the front and the rear. Each have 5 amps and 10 amps. And yeah, maybe in the meanwhile I can use this thing. And this is very bothering me because if I try to use the highway or pay the parking, I need to open the door and just like give it to them like this or like this because I cannot reach to them. And it's very annoying. In the meanwhile, my car has AC, which is good. The AC is on, and it's currently blowing air from 4 sides because I put it on the front defogger settings, and it's quite cold, especially when I put it like now. It's 4, it's blowing so hard and cold, but also on the one is also very cold, and it's good. And the temperature is good because I already bypassed from the heater, so the radiator straight to the radiator, not from the heater again, so I won't be having more overheating. And yeah, and I will do this checking not here, not in my rental area, because I don't have the place, and the parking spot is kind of random. You gotta go first to take the place, or you can be an asshole and take all the spaces that should be for motorbike or motorcycle, moped, and you just take it there. Like, very annoying. Okay, I'm gonna skip it to the day, or maybe I'm not gonna skip it, but I'm gonna do this in the campus area because the campus area is pretty big and I can do it with my friends. And yeah, see you guys there. Hi, and there's something I need to tell you guys about this particular car. So you can hear there's a ticking sound. That could be two things. One is maybe my oil pump is not working right, but now it's gone. And now I'm trying to warm up this car. And also I'll show you something later. Oh, I cannot see. Okay. The power window is working again. As I was saying, my power window it's working again, and I haven't cleaned up the car. Power window is working. I just knocked out the door trim and the door, and now it's work. I'll show you. Anyway, about this car, so the thing that I want to do is fix up the front bumper, literally maybe wrap it black or gray, like light gray. Then to the side skirt here, so I kind of want to make it dual tone to the back, to the bumper too. And yeah, that's my goal. Okay, I'm currently going to the campus. Now it's 10:15. My class is 11:30. Oh, there's some cutting, which means I have to go to the right. Yeah. Okay. The thing that I want to talk to is, sorry, my exposure locked that. This thing already works. And how does it even exactly working again? Well, I asked the higher community, which is the one that I'm currently joining now. And thank you, Mul. Rizky Mulia. And he said that this car is almost as the same as the old Japanese car. If something's broken, just knock it, just like spray with like Airma sensor or something like that, so make sure it's clean. And I knocked the door trim 2 or 3 times, and the actual door from the outside like 2 times or 3 times, I don't remember, and it works. Suddenly all works. And the good thing is I don't need to go to there's a workshop. There's exactly a workshop that I want to be going here. And the one that actually I went like two weeks ago when I bypassed the radiator, the workshop also can do anything if you ask them to do so, which is good. And also the cost of repairing this, it's quite how do I say, enormous and terrifying, because currently I only have almost $1 million from saving up my allowance money, and it's also for something else, not exactly for the car. So if something's happened to this car, I don't know, it's whether I left it alone until I have the money, or just like, oh, maybe this is the crucial thing that I want to do to the car so I can use it every day. But depends on the situation and depends on the money. That's one thing led to another. So yeah, now I'm currently having no problem, which is good. So that means the other stuff I want to fix is, and also I've been driving this car for almost since last week. 2 more days is gonna be last week. So I fill up this car Friday, yesterday, until half the tank with free power, it cost me 300,000 rupiah, and I got 20.1 or 20.2, 22.1 or 21.2, something like that, because the current fuel price, it's quite weird. And also Indonesia has this national national petrol station called Pertamina, and they sell 92 octane as Pertamax, and they sell at 13,900 a liter, and the V-Power that which Shell selling is 14,250. So the differentiation between a 92 octane and 95 octane, which is better for my car, is around 350 rupiah, which barely nothing. 500 rupiah you can get a candy. With that differentiation, you can get a better octane. And the Shell Super or 92 octane, which you guys have maybe outside from Indonesia, the Super or the 92 octane, it's 13,550. It's cheaper than the actual national petrol station from Indonesia. Odd thinking. And also I fill up until half of the tank, and it's almost Friday again. I almost have no more fuel in the tank, but the odometer told me that I've been driving for 110 kilometers. So let's say 110 before I go out to campus. 110 divided by, let's say, 15, that's this much, maybe 1.8, 1.75 or 0.5. It's not very fuel efficient, but you know, for a 2000cc 6-cylinder engine with automatic transmission, it's quite normal, I guess, because I usually do like 1 to 10, 1 liter to 10 kilometers, and that's also good for me. Well, I want to talk about this, but yeah, does driving an E36 like this, like mine, which already been lowered, static fitment, a static setup, stretch tires, pretty lowered, and sometimes scrapes on the road, and even the fender. Is it worth driving, or is it okay to drive it daily? Well, there's some pros and cons about that. Pros, you have make your car looks better. That's a thing. And let me put this on there. And that's the pro. Basically, if you're going to the car meetup, you don't need to play with your fitment or your car looks. But at the other hand, it's very hard to look for the correct fitment, for the correct setup, because currently I have on the front I have 35 ET35, which means I need to put at least 1 millimeter or 10, oh no sorry, 1, is it like half an inch or like something like that? So basically I need to put 1 centimeter of spacer to make it flush to the fender for the front, and the rear I don't need to, because the rear has ET25. Let me put it a bit higher, sorry. Okay, yeah, and that's the thing. First, you need to have the correct fitment, you need to have the correct setup. I actually know that car, the W124, which has the roof rack and two-tone. Then about the tire, I need to swap this very soon, not soon enough that like tomorrow I need to change it, but maybe in later this year or something. if I have the capacity to buy a new tire, because with this fitment I'm using Accelera PR, and it's supposed to be a donut tire, but in some cases some of the wheel doesn't want to make the tire go donut. It kind of stretches the tire. And yeah, I have front and rears which use Accelera PR to 215/45 R17 tires, and it's stretched. It shouldn't be stretched. I mean, the tire shouldn't stretch because it's a donut tire. It have some kind of rounded sidewall, and I want to change it maybe to, if I have the money, maybe I'll change it to GT Radial Champiro, GTX Pro, or GT HPY, or if I have, or even better, if I have the money, I want to change it to GT Radial Champiro SX2, which is a meaty tire, and it's not very good for the fuel economy because it's very, very sticky. It's a semi-slick tire. It's kind of sticky, and I've been using I use a Potenza RE003 before, and it's quite sticky even in the rain. And yeah, that's driving this car with this setup. I'm not talking about changing it. I'm not talking about you having a manual car with this setup, which is, if you have a manual car, which probably make the pros even better because you can drive low and you can go fast. Even though this car is an automatic, I can still go fast. I mean, with this setup I did 190 kilometers like early at the end of September, because yeah, I saw a lot of people who's driving fast and I joined them. And I did some drag street race, and I won against a 318i, which has a M43 engine, which is a 4-cylinder engine, and I'm not proud of it, but at least the one that I'm competing with has the manual transmission, which makes a better RPM to engine to the drivetrain ratio, rather than you just put your foot to the pedal and make the car just accelerate. And yeah, about having a manual, it's probably better than having an automatic. But if you're driving an automatic in a busy street, or like going far between countries, it's actually better driving an automatic than driving a manual, because you know, for me, driving an automatic is a habit. I don't need to change up or shift quite often. I just need to put my pedal, my foot on the pedal, and you know, make the RPM go low, high. But with this automatic, especially when you're going like from Jakarta to Bandung, especially Jakarta to Bandung, there's like a lot of high slope you need to take, like maybe around 55 or 50 degrees slope, and the car doesn't have the power. I put it on sport mode. I put the pedal to the I put the pedal to the floor, and it's it keeps revving on stay 3000 RPM, and it doesn't want to give more power. Just like, I don't know, there's something wrong with this car if it's an automatic. But if it's a manual, it probably can go to like lower gear and go faster on the high slope. And yeah, is it worth it to drive the car like this? Probably yes, but I don't recommend it, because do it on your own risk. Driving on a setup like this is not good for a road that is not very good, like in Indonesia. I mean, the one that I'm going to, the campus road, is very bad, and there's a lot of potholes. There's a lot of stupid narrow streets, Actually, I bumped to a Honda Jazz like this week because they doesn't want to give me the space to go in, so they keep pushing and I hit them with my side mirror, which is okay because the side mirror is not that electrical side mirror, and it's just like just move inward towards me. Yeah, but do it on your own risk about driving a car that has been lowered. And if you're using a coil, that will be better because you have a more softer suspension. You can, I'm talking about the coilover that can do hard and soft suspension, not the one that only goes up and down. Because if you're going only ups and down, what's the difference between you and like us who use a custom-made springs? The differentiation between you and us is only your springs, your hardened springs. So yeah, probably it's better to have like soft and hard coilover than just like up and down coilovers. Yeah, that's it. And the other thing about this car, let me put it on neutral because currently like on a traffic jam. This AC, yeah, it's very cool when you put your car on a situation where like you have it under a shaft, like under something that makes the car is not hot and not get the sun very much, under the shade, sorry. And yeah, now the AC is like very cold. I don't know how much degrees I have because I don't have that in my car, because my car is an OBC1, not OBD2. I don't have an OBC because my car is a pre-facelift one, but I have the facelift engine. And yeah, it's quite cold from here. Also, I put it on this setup right here, so it blows from all the vents and also from this vents. Yeah, this is my view every day. So I found a car that exactly has the type of mine. So it's using AC Snizzle lips on the standard bumper, and yeah, nice 17-inch wheels though. Kind of like that. I don't think it's M-Tech side skirt. I think it's standard side skirt. Oh, I think it's M-Tech. Same 320i LTW M-Tech bumper with external side muffler here. Yeah, I mean, when he looks at my car, it was like, whoa, that's a difference between maybe a racing looking car and a static look and like very stance looking car. So I found a car that exactly has the type of mine. So it's using AC Snizzle lips on the standard bumper, and yeah, nice 17-inch wheels though. Kind of like that. I don't think it's M-Tech side skirt. I think it's standard side skirt. Oh, I think it's M-Tech. Same 320i LTW M-Tech bumper with external side muffler here. Yeah, I mean, when he looks at my car, it was like, whoa, that's a difference between maybe a racing looking car and a static look and like very stance looking car. Hello and good morning. Now it's like 5:24 a.m. and I'm currently want to go to the city. It's called Bandung. I'm actually on the Bandung, but it's called Buah Batu. And this is the fluid level. It's like almost it's drained, but since I already fixed this part right here, I think it's only evaporation from the car itself, and also it's kind of foggy on the headlamp right there. It's okay, I can fix that maybe later, because I actually doesn't have the actual stuff to close this, because I'm missing this part, the lid here. Yeah, so there's only on one lid, and maybe the tape is not working anymore. Now I'm gonna take to the back. Sorry, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna actually take more of these. I'm not sponsored by it, but it's 1.5 liter and I have like 6 of them. Now I'm just gonna fill it up. So I'm filling it up. I don't know how much, but I want to make sure all the bubbles go away. Oh, that's a lot of bubbles. It's better to take off the bleeding valve, all the bleeding thingy. I'm just gonna keep pouring until there's no more bubbles. That means there's no more air bubbles in the cooling system. It actually happens quite often with this kind of thing, because my radiators, I'm using water instead of coolant. Because you using water, you're not running coolant. I mean, water evaporates faster than coolant. So this is what happened. I mean, it's been almost 2 weeks since the actual problem has occurred, and I fixed it like around 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. Oh shit. So yeah, now I'm just gonna top it off, and I'm gonna let the engine running now, because, you know, warm it up. You can see how bad the engine sounds when it's actually cold start. You can almost hear the heavy A half valve adjuster. It's like keep not getting oil, but almost a while it's gonna get away, and I'm gonna keep it warm, take my stuff, close it later, and let it just like that. Okay, I already take my stuff in those 2 bottles, and this is what happened if you cold start. A lot of smoke in the morning, but it might be because of its coldness, and also kind of dirty. I already have my stuff in. Now let's close this and maybe wipe it out some parts, because I don't want it to be looking dirty. Well, there you go. It's kind of cleaner on the top half, not the bottom half. So the bottom half, if you can see, that's a lot dirtier, because it's a clean what do you call it, this thing, and it's kind of dirty, and I don't want to make this dirty. I just want to make it cleaner. I just want to make it look a bit better, and I'm not gonna bother put it anyway, just gonna put it there. And yeah, let's get going. I mean, it's kind of a bit cleaner, I guess. Yeah, see that light? It's on, and I'm using AC because Bandung is very cold in the morning. I don't want to get you know, fog up in my cabin. And yeah, I'm gonna drive this today with almost empty fuel, which is very, very concerning, because this car's kind of thirsty on the... No, I think I'm going straight. Well, my car's still here because I cannot park there. I have to park here, and that's the only place where I can park and not scraping. Well, I'm already at the hotel, so that's a plus. And the only thing that I wanted from this video is actually nothing. I just want to talk about how it's possible to drive a low static lowered car, and taking another point of view of driving such a low car daily, and telling you guys that driving this car is not that actually harsh. Actually, I have a friend who using very much lower car and it's always scrapes on the bottom, and it's still perfectly fine, even though he doesn't like it rattles and scrape, but he liked the fitment. And the other thing is I got this is a Samsung Note 8, and why I'm having this instead of I'm buying another phone, because this is my oldest brother, my youngest brother phone, and he's using an iPhone 11 now, and I'm asking him, let me get your old phone, because this phone actually is better than this phone that I'm using for camera. This phone, let's see, I'm using yes, I'm gonna use the same thing. This is the what do you call this, open camera. I'm gonna switch to open camera and I'm gonna see what resolution you're giving me. I cannot go more than full HD, but I'll figure it out later. And it seems it's only capable to do one type of camera view. Let's see from the front. Yes, I only can do one type of camera view, but you know, this thing can shoot 4K with the actual camera app, the built-in camera app, and it can shoot 4K. The only way I'm gonna use this with the open camera is that I can use exposure lock. So yeah, I think that's it. And the next week maybe because I already have this phone for another set of camera. FullGarage will be getting more interviews about people's car and build, and that's one way to do it. So until next video, see ya.